If you're thinking about trading meme coins or have been trading for a while, watch this video to the end because I'm going to share some things I wish someone had told me before I started. Because meme coins aren't just risky, they mess with your psychology, your emotions, and can affect your daily life. At the end of the day, you won't be trading anymore, but gambling instead. That's how bad it can get. I'm going to share the harsh reality of meme coin trading that no one talks about. Let's get into it. If you need a trading platform, the link to Axiom is down below, and my free Discord is also in the description, so join up. All right, number one, your time frame is different from others. I'm sure most of you guys have X, Twitter, and you guys just scroll and you just see a bunch of PNLs everywhere just splattered in your face. And you're like, bro, I just want to be like them. Like what? That's what's happening to me. I was like, bro, how are these people making it, but not me? And I just keep scrolling and I see all these PNLs. And then I just always had to think to myself, like, it's a marathon, not a sprint. Maybe these people had a marathon and I'm just seeing like a sprint because it's just in my face. So it's like trading is a journey, it's not like a one way just going up, it's always like up and downs. Always keep in mind that other people's time frames are different from yours, different from mine. Everyone has a different route. Some people can get really lucky, that like 0.1% they hit like a freaking 100 or 1000x play. They buy in with like, I don't know, point 0.1 and they just hold to like the millions. Or people like me, just like scalping, hitting some decent plays, hitting some big plays, and then eventually lose your port, right? That's what happened to me a few months ago. Every single YouTube video, they don't tell you the reality. Like, at least with my videos, I'm telling you guys, like, greed, FOMO, revenge trading, don't overtrade, things like that. At least I'm like giving it the harsh reality of like, this is what can happen if you trade. And of course, I have videos on how to trade because obviously I'm entrenching for like freaking months, so I have so much knowledge. But yeah, just keep in mind that like when you see these PNLs in your face, just keep in mind that these PNLs that you're seeing in your face, just forget about them and just focus on your own path. Self-analyze yourself, see what mistakes you're doing, get more soul if you need to, accumulate and then just freaking distribute just all over the marketplace, get better, paper trade, see the what coins can run, see the narrative, see the community, the volume, see the potential, what's the future price of the coin, where can I enter, where can I exit, is this coin in new pairs, is it in final stretch, can I see the migrated, things like that. Just always, you know, try to have the edge, you know, how's your wallet trackers, are your wallets buying the coins you're buying? To have all this in mind. But yeah, guys, this is a marathon, not a sprint. Just remember that. Just because you see other people winning does not mean that will not happen to you. Because trust me, if you never stop clicking and you always try to get better, you will become one of those. Okay? And I'll be rooting for you. Because I'm also on that path too, I'm obviously not up there, but I'm getting there. So keep in mind other people's time frame is different. Number two, emotions will eat you alive without discipline. Emotions will literally eat you from the inside out and will destroy your day. Like greed, fear, hope, regret, euphoria, overconfidence, desperation, attachment, shame. You're going to feel all that in like the span of 5 minutes. Because if you lose your mind while you're trading, you're just gonna go in a downhill spiral. And sometimes, no, actually, no, not sometimes. Before, like months ago, when I was learning trading, and also like halfway, like around like halfway my journey. So it was like a few months ago, like I would lose a lot of soul, right? And it would just destroy my day. Like, like no joke. I was like, man, like the insides of my stomach, it's like you go on a Six Flags roller coaster, that like that butterfly feeling. That's what I just feel all day. Like, bro, how did I just lose so much Solana, man? I could have just stopped trading, trade in a different time, different day, and that would have been way better. But no, but it is what it is. We all learn. I also wanted to talk about attachment and euphoria. So with attachment is just, having a hope feeling, being very hopeful. You're in a coin, you think it could send, it has that potential, but it starts declining and it goes below your entry price. But you're so attached to the coin that you end up just losing the money. Like it goes to like 70 or like 60%. And now you're just thinking, yeah, I'm just gonna hold it because even though I'm like trying to accept that it's gonna go all the way to 100% down, but at the same time you're hoping that it will just spike up, like a geek buy will come in and save you. But in reality, that won't. No one is gonna save you. So I've had like way too much hope in in some coins. Like I'd be in some coins like a long time ago. I'd be in a lot of coins and I would just hold like a death drop and I'm just there like, oh yeah, it's gonna go up, right? Yeah, it's not Gretchka. It's not going back up. And then same thing with Euphoria. Like let's say you start winning a bunch of trades, you're up so much PNL, you can literally start round tripping if you don't take your profits. But you're in a euphoric feeling. I'm on top of the world. I'm king. I'm the one who knocks. You think you're like the Breaking Bad main character, but in reality, you're not. You're not Walter White. You're just a meme coin trader that does mistakes, and like me too. But the goal is to self-analyze and just try to get better. 1% better every day. So yeah, having euphoria is not good. Remember, if you guys seen my other video about the seesaw, here I'll show it in a coin right now. I have no idea what this coin is, but I'm going to show you real quick the seesaw. So this is fear, and then this is greed. This is also overconfidence, and this is under confidence. So you always want to be in the middle right here. You want to be in the middle of the seesaw, equilibrium. What happens when you start winning a lot? You start getting euphoric. You're like, I'm the one who knocks. I'm Jon Snow. Like you think you're on top of the world, but in reality, you're like you're literally down here, but it's inflated in your mind, like you're up here, like on top of the world, but you're just down here. And then when reality sets in, you start over trading. Boom, sent to the gulag, straight down here. Boom, sent back to the lobby. Now you're getting this guilty type feeling. You're like, oh, why did I get overconfident? See, that's what happens. You always want to align yourself when you win a lot. Just center yourself, step back, and go like, okay, equilibrium, stay balanced. And once you do that, you just get like this tranquility feeling. You're like, I feel so calm, collected, like I can just lock in for like 1,000 years. That's how good I feel. So yeah, man, emotions will kill you. The best way for that not to happen is just building discipline, controlling yourself. Also in your real life too, like working out, controlling your emotions. If someone makes you mad, you just stay balanced. That also transfers into trading. So it's things like that. You just want to, control yourself, build that discipline, and you won't. And these emotions like will be nothing to you, even though will obviously affect you, but it will mean a lot less than a few weeks ago. You know what I mean? And for number three, I'm just gonna expand on hope. Hope is the fastest way to zero because you're gonna round trip a lot. I talked about round tripping. It's like when you enter on a coin, goes all the way up and then comes back down to your entry and then it goes below and you just lose. Okay, you just lose money or you sell for barely any profit. And same thing when I was saying when you're buying in a coin and you think it's has that potential, but you just hold to zero. But do you guys know how much I've lost so much Solana just doing that? Hope is the fastest way to zero. So just cut your losses early. Take your profits. Who cares if you break even? Like let's be real. Like who cares? Because You didn't lose any money, right? You didn't. But in your mind, you're like, I spent this time, I spent this time in this coin. This is what I would think. I spent so much time in this coin. It's like if I don't make a profit, then I just wasted time. But in reality, if you just sell for break even, you actually kind of save time in a way because if you lost money, I'm just looking at this freaking coin, bird dog. But yeah, it's like selling for break even saves more time because if you lose Solana, then it takes more time to gain it back, right? So yeah, take your profits, guys. And just to quickly recap, your time frame is different. Like if you see on YouTube, all these big traders making crazy amounts of money, and you're just getting this guilty feeling like, oh, that should be me. Like, what is this? Come on. Like, and I see a lot of YouTubers, they always like flex that, but they don't try to show how or like the psychology behind it, things like that. So that's what I'm trying to like, give it that back end knowledge, at least a little bit, a good amount. Number two, your emotions will eat you alive without discipline. So, emotional discipline, physical, mental discipline. That's what I was saying. Greed, fear, hope, euphoria, things like that. Build that discipline, that self-control, so you could be more autonomous over, your emotions. And number three on the last part of the recap is, hope is the fastest way to zero. Take your profits, cut your losses early. Good amount of YouTubers won't tell you that your emotions is actually the main reason why you're losing. Instead of like your, oh my crazy $1 billion trading strategy. Like, yeah, I post those too because it actually works, but like at least have some psychology videos, help people out. At least, I'm trying to do that. I'm trying to, because emotions is like the real reason why people are losing. It's not the strategy. Strategy is simple. Controlling emotions is hard. So yeah, I mean that's the harsh truth about meme coin trading that people won't really talk about. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. Join the Discord. If you guys have not joined, we just hit 100 members. So yeah, I'll see you guys in there. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Stay hydrated in the trenches and peace.